I can't hear you, Shirley.
I was muted. Oh, God. Wow, thank you. All right, so welcome, everyone, to this wonderful, fabulous, beautiful day, the 14th of December 2023. And I'm so blessed. I'm so happy to see all of you. Beautiful faces. I was welcoming Tamala, Evangelist Tamala in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, fabulous Camille Rupp, for being here, always looking fabulous. It is amazing to see your face again, after, now. So thank you for being here. And also I want to say a beautiful thank you to Pastor Dorothy Ross. Thank you so much for being here. We love you. We appreciate you always for being a wonderful you. And also I want to say, no, let me cool down when I want to say this thank you to this ever-looking beautiful lady. The fitness, no, I wanted to take a fitness position, Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. We love you always. And also I shared the doctor to her this morning and evening. Marie Conte, thank you, Dr. Marie, for being here. We love you, ma. And also our keynote speaker for today, Dr. Mahin Amjad. Thank you so much, lady, for being here. I know it's getting to late evening for you over there in Pakistan. Thank you so much, sis, for being here. We love you. We love you. We love you so much. Okay, we'll get started while others join us. We don't want to keep any one of us waiting. Today we are gathered to celebrate a wonderful leaders who have made and continuously are making impacts in this world. We want to just say thank you for being the great leader that you are, touching lives, doing your part to make this world a better place. Thank you so very much. We love you. Okay, so please check the chats. The agenda is in the chats. So, and we'll begin right from now. All right, so the next thing that we have on the agenda, sorry, my moderator had emergency in the hospital, so we just have to keep going. Okay, so the next thing we have on the agenda is opening prayers. Pastor Dorothy, please, if you will.
I will.
Yes.
I don't see an agenda.
Okay, let me repost it. It's there in the chat.
Lord God, we thank you this morning. We thank you that you woke us up clothed in our right mind with our health and strength, God. As we move forward today on this platform, Lord Jesus, let us all stand in agreement, Lord Jesus, for what the woman of God has set in front of us, God. Lord Jesus, we thank you because of what you've already done for us, and we thank you for what is still yet to come. We ask you to wrap your loving arms around us and keep us day by day. Go before us, Lord, and make easy and successful our way. Keep us and our families, Lord Jesus, safe from all hurt, harm, and danger. We know that you can. We know that you will. In your son, Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen and amen. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Amen.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, you are finally here.
I was back to school trying to upload my picture. Thank you, ladies. I remember my lessons.
Yes.
So, hey.
You're welcome.
Good morning, all. Hey, Miss Camilla. Fabulous. How are you?
She's doing great.
I am blessed, my sister. And how are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. And all the other leaders over there. Glad to see you all.
Yes. So welcome everybody once again. I just wanted to kickstart So I want to say a very welcome to all of you to this prestigious second edition of Glebm Leadership Awards 2023. It is with immense pleasure that we gather here together to celebrate and to honor your outstanding achievement as leaders who have over the years embraced the transformative power of sustainable leadership in your various industries, in your various field of expertise. As we all know, that sustainable leadership is not just about, saying it. It is a drive towards positive change. And of course, in the world that we live in. And as for us as Glebm, Global Labor Event and Business Magazine, that's what Glebm stands for. For some people that may still be asking, what does that mean anyway? Global Labor Events and Business Magazine. As we shared last year, we started this award giving last year. And for those that were part of the maiden edition of this awards, we shared it last year that our journey so far started in 2014. But before I started the magazine in 2014, I had been working as a journalist, reporting for the labor sector here in Nigeria, and also cover global labor events. The labor sector is all about workers and employers, workers and employers. And with our magazine, when we started in 2014, we used the platform, the magazine, to highlight the strengths of the workers, the strengths of the leaders, that's the employers of labor, showcasing the power in unity. And of course, in the place of work, and how leaders must lead differently to bring about a desired ripple effect that will run down to the least staff that you have in any organization. That is the security man. Before you drive into any organization, you must meet somebody at the gates. So the leadership must run down and give a positive impact that will touch the life of that man at the gate. So, and if you're a leader and you're not leading in that direction to impact positively at least the least person in your organization, then you're not doing right. In fact, you have not started. So you need to go back, to doing that. So from there, we decided to introduce business into the labor magazine. Because of course, as a woman, I've been into various businesses. And aside from that as well, my primary assignment that God has given to me has been to women. And we'll look around that women, to a greater extent, so many that are just starting out in businesses and in some things that they're trying to do for themselves, so many times lack the platform, lack the visibility to showcase who they are, to showcase what they're doing. Sometimes they also lack mentors that have experienced that firsthand. And then this platform, the magazine, was given so that women can come up, can show up, can be seen, can, boldly showcase what they are doing. And also we use this platform to encourage growth in women, irrespective of whatever you are doing. Because we believe that as women grow, as women become more, the world, the society, starting from the family, will be better off. So we introduced the business aspect, celebrating and showcasing business owners, entrepreneurs, giving them the platform to be seen, heard, especially, in every areas of their life. So we did this And we did not just stop there. We decided to take an extra mile to say, let's give back something, to these leaders, these authentic leaders, these passionate leaders. Despite the storms, you still stand. Because of course, I don't know if there's anybody that will say there's no storm in my business. Everything is flowing well. Is there anybody that will say that? I don't think there's anybody that will say that. In fact, in the course of the year, they've had a lot of times where you sit down and say, oh, wow, why is the sales like this? Oh, wow, what's going on? When is the paycheck coming in? That's the storm in business. And sometimes disappointment, a whole lot. But you're still here. You're still focus on doing what you have been called to do. So, and we're using this opportunity to say thank you. Well done. You can do better next time. We appreciate your effort for not giving up. All of those encouragement words is what we are telling you this day. And with Glebm Leadership Awards, we did not just want to send you a virtual design, we have most awards. It's just a virtual design where sometimes you don't even remember where it is, whether it's in your inbox, whether, sometimes you're so busy, you can't even print it out and stuff. So for us, we said no, because you're close to our hearts. We love you. And what you're doing is not common. There's a lot of women out there some will say, yeah, I know my purpose. Yes, because I've met a lot like that. I say, yeah, I know my purpose. I know my purpose, but so many times you find them in that same space. I know my purpose without taking action. But that's not the case for you. You actually took action. You're actually writing it. You're actually doing what you have been called to do. So you are close to our hearts. And that's why we're doing this. Sending Glebm, sending Shirley to your home. So the plaque represents us as Glebm. So we do not only exist online, as you know us, but we are close to you than you can ever think of. Because when you have us, I don't know where you're going to position us when you receive the plaque. For those that received last year, I don't know where they have it. Fabulous, where did you keep our award? Is it in your kitchen or your toilet or your office or your...
It's in my office, thank you. It's in my office.
So, and that office is the place you enter, of course, every day. So you definitely see us there. So we are close to you. So we decided to do this, take the extra mile to do this and come home with you. You say, okay, anywhere you turn to, you will see Glebm there. So, and that's why we're doing this, sending this beautiful plaque to your home and say, have us in your home because we love you. So thank you so very much once again, for being a great leader that you are. So the theme of this year's discussion is among great leaders. This evening, this morning over there for you, we're going to be talking about sustainable leadership, driving positive change. As leaders, how do we ensure that we drive positive change to bring about sustainable change in our various industries? And I want you all to know that sustainable leadership is not just about mere words. It's a deep sense of purpose and commitment. Because before you can drive a positive change in whatever you are doing, that means that thing has been, deposited in you. You are passionate about what you're doing. You're not just doing it for the mere gain, for the profit, because of course there are sometimes you do not even have any gain in what you're doing, but you're just passionate about doing it. You just love doing it. In fact, if you don't do it in a day, it's like you do not exist. And that's purpose. That's what purpose is all about. So that is how it is when you are trying to, bring about a sustained leadership in your area of a field. So living about a lasting impact, a lasting change on the planet for those that will come in after us. So as we embark on this occasion, I am reminded of the profound impact that visionary leadership can have on the course of history. And that is what you are making in this world. I want you to know that. In a world facing myriads of challenges, the importance of sustainable leadership has never been more crucial. It is merely a trend, but a paradigm shift. A guiding principle that must shape our actions, our decisions, and the future as we plan for the coming year. I know so many of us have already mapped out our plans from January to December, but take a pause after this occasion, this evening or this morning, you know, as it is with you, and check in all your plans, how do you intend to run through the year without losing out, without dropping off in that which you believe in. So as we honor these wonderful individuals for their unwavering dedication to sustainable change, their tireless efforts has illuminated a path forward, showcasing how business, how leadership can be harmonized to bring about social justice and ethical principles. As we celebrate the achievements of our award recipients tonight, let us also reflect on the collective responsibilities we all share, each of us, in our respective capacities as the power to be positive change agents, to lead with purpose and vision, to contribute to a more sustainable and equitable world lies with us. It is right within us, and we have everything it takes to birth it out, to begin to run with it. So once again, I want to say congratulations to you all. Your commitment to the work that you do is a beacon of hope. And when once people look back and see that you're still there, it gives them hope that they can also be more, that they can also do more. They can also, you know, become better than they are. So I want to say thank you once again for being here, and God bless. Thank you. All right,
Thank
so
you.
the next thing we have on our agenda, some of our guests are supposed to be here. I don't know, maybe it's the time. Give me my phone. So I'll be checking. I'll check on them, but before then, we're supposed to have, just give me a second, let me do this. I hope I'll be able to do this time. Music! Can you hear?
Your grace is all I see. Your mercy forever new. Daily, oh, daily, oh, daily. You turn my life around, gave me a brand new song. You did do all that. Your grace is all I see. Your mercy forever new. Daily, oh, daily, oh, daily. You turn my life around, gave me a brand new song. You did do all that. Jesus, you did do all that. You did do all that. You did do all that.
God has
Wow.
wonders in our lives. And as we are closing out for the year, I don't know, there's no better song, there's no better way to appreciate him than to say he has been doing wonders in our lives, giving us favor all the year long, blessing us all the year long for the fact that we are alive and we are smiling, we're looking beautiful, looking fabulous. Look at the fabulous, herself fabulously looking. You know, it is enough for us to say, thank you, Lord. So I had to choose that song for us and said, let's just tell God, thank you for keeping us.
Was that intentional? I sometimes I interrupt, I don't even know if I am. Was that intentional? Why you make me cry this morning?
Oh no, I don't have a cry. You just have
That's
to
my
just
favorite star.
okay.
You know,
So you see, that's
I said I wish I had met this girl 10, 15 years ago. I would
yeah.
have similar energy like her. Oh my God. I will even forget about Fabulous. Oh my God. Thank you so much for making me laugh.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you too. All right, so
that's
we thank
beautiful.
God. And the next thing we have on our agenda is a keynote address by Dr. Mehen Amjad. She will take us on the topic that we have on sustainable leadership. Hello, Amjad. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for having me here. And it's lovely to meet you all. Some of you I've met before, but some of you are new for me, and I would love to know more about you. Thank you for having me here. So, honestly, it's with a great pleasure, and it's an honor that I stand before you in a virtual background. That we come together for the second edition of Global Labor Excellence Business Magazine leadership. Once again, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Ms. Shirley for giving me this opportunity to address with you as a keynote speaker. I would like to add here that as a founder and president of Women Ascension, a journey that has been fueled by passion, commitment, and profound belief in the power of sustainable leadership. I'm excited to share some thoughts with you on the theme Sustainable Leadership on Drive Positive Change. In a world that is consistently evolving, where challenges and opportunities coexist, the role of leadership becomes paramount. Sustainable leadership is not just a word, what we call it a buzzword, but it's a philosophy that transcends traditional models, emphasize on a holistic approach, which considers the long-term impact on our decisions for our people, the planet, and prosperity. The questions we must ask ourselves as a leader as we take this journey, that's not truly merely how we can lead, but how we can lead sustainably with a conscious effort to create positive and lasting change. Sustainability in leadership is about recognizing the interconnectedness of our actions and understanding that true success is not just measured by immediate gains, but by the legacy that we leave behind. To drive positive change, we must embrace diversity, equity, and inclusion. A sustainable leader fosters an environment where every voice is heard, every perspective is valued, and every individual is given the opportunity to thrive. In doing so, we not only empower our team, but also contribute to the collective strength of our organizations and society as a whole. A commitment to environmental responsibility is something that we all are here for. As custodians of this planet, our decisions impact not only is the bottom line, but also the health of our ecosystems. And here, which I always call, that we are privileged that we have given the trust by the community, the trust and support from the community that we are leading. And this trust that we carry for our people and through which we are connecting together. We would love to see more moral and ethical ground where we all lead to connect truly, and we enjoy and prosper the different diversity and truly enjoy different cultures, and which I believe women leadership is all about. We have this, and we are proudly one of the vital part of that vision, which nobody can deny. So, with that thought, I invite each of you to reflect on our roles as leaders and impact that we all have on this world, especially people around us. Let us strive for leadership that not only achieves short-term success, but leaves lasting legacy of positive change. Together, we can embrace, and we are embracing, sustainable leadership. We can create a world where prosperity is harmonized with social responsibility and environmental stewardship. Thank you again for this humble opportunities and listening to my thoughts. And let's embark this journey of sustainable leadership and drive positive change for generations to come. Honored to be here. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Amjad, for
Most welcome.
that concise message. Sorry, I'm just checking something. I'm doing, more than one job right now. Okay, so thank you so much. Yes, you have heard it again, with what she has rightly mentioned, that as leaders, we need to be very intentional about driving sustainable leadership, driving it home, bringing it closer than we can ever imagine, making it to be more personal to us. Because that's the only way, when you are intentional about what you want to do as a leader, that will leave a lasting impact. You must be into it. You must be involved in it. You must be aware of what you're doing. If not, you will just find out that at the end of the journey, you will just look back and see that you never actually, did anything. So may God help us, to get this work that we have assigned, or God has assigned us to do it rightly. Thank you.
Ms. Shirley, may I add one more point? That in this gender role, in gender equality, I always tell my fellow females that do not compete with equality. We are more than that. And there are a lot of gaps that men cannot fill. All right? We need that. We build the society. We fill the gap. We fill the emotion. We fill the need. We are more than that. We are far more than intellect. We have the emotional intelligence. So we should believe in ourselves. We should connect. And the power that women has, that is to nurture, to know, to grow, is beyond anything. So in the equality game around the world, I believe that we are far more than equality. We're more than that. So thank you for that. Thank you for hearing me out.
Absolutely. Thank you, Amjad. For me, I have run away from the space of talking about equality or no equality. All I speak about is togetherness as women. Because when we come together, we raise the banner together, we are more powerful than whatever force that want to stop us. So we do not want to drag or, rub shoulders. We don't want to, show that we are, no, you're not a man, men are there in their space. So, but when we come together, we are more powerful than any force can break. So thank you once again. All right, so what we have next on our agenda is a brief, I call it brief because I know some of us, are very good, when we want to talk, we are all speakers. And if I give all space, we're going to take the whole day. So I don't want us to take the whole day, so that's why I call it brief. So right now we're going to just listen to our woodies. First and foremost, introduce yourself, and then let your speech or whatever you're going to say to us, you're going to tell us what sustainable leadership means to you, and how effectively you have, been able to run that in your respective field. And then what would you have done differently based on what you know now as a leader? I know this question was asked, that we have that in the magazine, but I want you to share it again. Let others learn, because we're actually here to learn from each other. What would you have done differently? And then what does sustainable leadership, what's your own perspective about that, and how you're, bringing that about in your field of expertise? So if I say somebody should start, some people will not start, so I'll call names. Am I allowed to call names? I will call names. Okay, so before I call names, okay, maybe I'll be the one to, I'll first and foremost, hold on, please. Just give me a sec. Hold on. What happened here? Okay. So this is what I want to do before you speak, to also reduce the number of minutes that you use. I'll read your bio, very short bio. So when I read your bio, you know that you are up, you're the next to speak, or you are the one speaking. So first and foremost, I will start with this lady, ever looking beautiful lady. Please welcome with me to the spotlight, Pastor Dorothy May Ross. She is a devoted advocate for healthy living, an acclaimed international speaker, a best-selling author, women empowerment coach, mentor. She's a virtual events consultant and a coach. Her profound dedication lies in guiding women worldwide to identify and conquer the barriers hindering their journey towards self-improvement. Leveraging on our remarkable leadership powers, Dorothy empowers women to rediscover their purpose, unlock their potential, and embrace life's filled with joy and prosperity. And she is no other than also the founder and the host of Porch Talk Worldwide. Porch Talk Worldwide. All right. So, welcome, ma'am. Good to have you.
Thank you. You're right. I am founder and CEO of Porch Talk Live Worldwide, a podcast that welcomes people around the world to come in and just share whatever is on their heart, their business, their ministry. Nothing is off the table. So I welcome everyone. I recently started a nonprofit organization that's called Together We Rock Life. And I'm mentioning that because of what our host, Shirley Murphy, said. I'm all about unity. And that's what the organization that I have is all about. It's about people, organizations, and businesses coming together so that we can take care of the need of anyone that has any issue in any area of their lives. But what leadership means to me is it's as a pastor, I'm finding out that it's a balance between business and the spiritual world as well. So for me, I can't have one without the other one. Had I known years ago, being a pastor and being a leader, not only in ministry, but on the job too, that I needed to bring all of that together in order to be the best leader that I could. You know, we learn everything online. We listen to what other people share with us about leadership, but we forget to be ourselves. There is a leader in all of us. How do I know? We've raised children. You know, some of us have raised our brothers and our sisters. We're caregivers to our parents and friends and loved ones. So we're leaders in those areas as well. And those are some of the things that really need to come out. That's the quality, the character of who we are. And we really forget to share that. I don't want to be long, but I believe that in leadership, sometimes you have to be transparent. You have to let people know. And, you know, at one time, I used to be afraid of this. I used to fear this. I used to fear that. And I have to talk about me, you know, because I was in that place at one time. But also as a leader, I found out how to lean on my faith and not on man. Okay. And for me, that is something huge for me. So I'm always about the Bible, you know, because the Bible tells us that man will fail you, but God will not. He'll show up at the right time, just when you need him, even when you don't know you need him. Guess what? He's right there. So I'm always saying, God, I don't need you behind me. I don't need you walking on the side of me. You be the true leader. And if you're the leader and I'm following you, I am going to be the best leader that I could ever be, you know, and we can learn so much. That's balancing. It doesn't have to always be about the Bible. It doesn't have to always be about church. And I'm finding that out in being a leader. I can speak into people's lives, encourage them, and lift them up. And I never mention God's name, but he's working in the background. He's working, okay? He's working because I've got balance there. And I am saying, hey, you know what? Rather than me to speak what it is I think or what I feel, Lord, you speak through me. I'm sorry, I'm a pastor, okay? I believe in God. I love God. I love the Bible. You know, he's taking good care of me, you know. So I have to give God his kudos, okay? So as a leader, I would say 3 things to you. Don't forget who you are. Lean in on your faith and not on man, and let God be the true leader that guides your life. And guess what? You're going to be the best leader that you've ever been. Thank you.
Woohoo! That was powerful. Thank you so much, ma'am. Lean on faith and not on man. That's a strong message. You know, the world that we are today, so many times we try to, you know, look out and see what man can provide other than what God has in store for us. So the best way to live a successful life, whether you are a pastor, you are, whatever you are, you just need to reference God and allow him in your life. Like Pastor Dorothy said, I tell God, don't be behind me or at my back, be the one in front. Because when he leads in front, you can never fall into any ditch that is in front or ahead of you. Because he's in front, he's seeing right what is in front of you. that you cannot see. So thank you once again, ma'am. And that's the best way to lead by faith, because that way you have this sense of, peace that the God that has called you to lead has provided everything. Thank you once again. Thank you. All right, I can see some people are just joining us. You are welcome. You're welcome. That's Dr. Daphne Soros. Thank you for joining us. You're welcome. Dr. B. Jacqueline Jeter, thank you for joining us. All right, the next person that I'm going to call on is my beautiful mommy, beautiful, ever looking, like, I keep telling you, I want to be like you as I'm growing up like this, small. I want to be like you, because this energy that you carry at this age is something, is too much. The same with Pastor Dorothy. I'm just, when she came around to Nigeria, I had to, hug her to rub, let that vibe rub in on me, so that as I get to her age, I'll even look more younger, more, more sexier than she's looking. All right, so please welcome with me to the spotlight, Jennifer McNeil. Jennifer, at 70, she is the founder, Get Fit with Jen. And she's not just embracing life, she is redefining it at 70. Wow. And her philosophy revolves around disrupting aging by inspiring people around her to look absolutely beautiful, no matter the age. In an interview with us, remember Jennifer stressed that she uses the fitness program that she has to help people have a balanced life through fitness. She said, I embrace multiple roles in my life. I'm a devoted wife, a mother, a grandmother, guided by unwavering faith in Jesus Christ. So Jennifer McNeil is an inspiration to a lot of people around the world through her fitness programs. She does aerobic walking program, and I'm inspired, to know her, to have her around. Hello, Jennifer. Are you ready for us?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yay! All right. So you guys, in spite of everything that Miss Shirley has indicated, I am also a Toastmaster. If you're wondering why I'm standing, well, that's one of our Toastmaster things. When you speak, you stand. So whenever I have an opportunity to share anything virtually, I'm going to stand up. It is truly my pleasure to be here. And I was prepared to share some words from preparing. However, from listening to everyone, and I am an advocate for taking notes, things that were said this morning have really resonated with me. But before I get started, I just got to say that video that you showed earlier has just added to my desire to come to Nigeria. I keep talking about it, and I'm telling my family, we got to go. So when they say, well, why? I said, because I got friends there. I got friends to see there. And they're like, well, mama. I say, well, I'm just saying. So Shirley, don't be surprised if you get a message or an email from me saying I'm coming.
Yes, yeah.
Sustainability leadership. Sustainability leadership. When I think of the word sustainability, it really refers me back to my military days, because it was all about sustaining the fighting strength, doing what you can to keep those soldiers physically, or shall I say medically, prepared to do what they need to do, and that is to serve as a soldier. There was a question that I have always asked during my adult life when I was working full time, and that was, do I make a difference? Because I was a leader. I actually assumed leadership roles 5 years after serving in the military. That's when I realized I had found something that I could really be successful at. But y'all, I'm 5'3", and at that time I was 132, 133 pounds. And we're talking about the military, which at that time probably was about 80% males. And here I am wanting to be a leader in this environment. First of all, I will say that you gotta have some self-esteem, because I recall telling my leaders, I don't have to outrun the male soldiers. I don't have to do this or do that to be successful, because I know what I bring to the plate. But we still need to know how to recognize if you're doing the right thing. So we've heard Pastor Ross, I think I got that correct, talk about being mentally balanced. Mentally balanced is so important because that has to do a lot with self-esteem. You ask yourself, well, how do you sustain? There is a commitment to yourself. Because if you ask yourself, do you make a difference? You learn to recognize the answers. Because, you know, our Father, he speaks through different ways. I'm doing a video, I'm asking a question, is this workable? And am I making a difference? And then you get this sense of exhilaration, and you see a glow on your face, because I'm looking at the video, guys, and I'm saying, oh my God, he's answered me. And I recognize that. Do you make a difference? Learning to recognize is so important. I'm at the bowling alley, and out of the blue, someone tells me, you know, you're making an impact on her. And I'm saying, well, who are you referring to? See that lady right there? She gets up every morning and she's watching your videos. I didn't know that, because I don't know that. We're a virtual world these days. Unless someone reaches out to you, you have no idea who's watching. But trust me, people are watching. They're listening. They're observing. We talk about changing the narrative of aging. I tell people that I am 70. I also tell them I am a disabled vet. And Get Fit with Jen evolved from doctors telling me that I needed to have surgery. And I just didn't want it. I cried and I'm like, oh God, no, no, no. And no one can tell me that he didn't say, well, Jennifer, you don't have to have surgery. There's some other avenues for you. He put that seed up there, and I took it and I ran with it. And every day I'm asking, do I make a difference? The commitment to self, when I get up in the morning and I say, thank you for, I'm waking up, I'm not hurting this morning, and it is time to share with everyone else, do something for you during the day. Self-care is sustaining your life so that you can continue living and sharing amongst your circle of friends. I've never thought of myself as a worldwide leader. I do think of myself as a talker. I do feel that I am one that will embrace everyone around me if they're wanting to listen. My key to opening the door is physical fitness. And I think that's my purpose, because I have no problem in sharing with others the importance of working your body. Because if you don't, then you're going to lose all that our Father has given you. We've heard that if we don't do something daily in support of your endeavor, then you're going to become stagnant. So sustainability to me, number one, is recognizing those gifts when you see them, when you hear them, when you know someone is saying, yes, you are making a difference within your circle of life. The second thing is that be committed to yourself. Because if you're committed to yourself, everyone within your circle, your friends, your family, your congregation, your students, they're going to see that. Be transparent. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, I'm 55 when I know that I'm 70. You guys need to know that I'm 70 and I have the same aches and pains and visitors such as arthritis and bursitis and all these other things as other people have, because as we age, that's going to happen. But you don't have to let that stifle your progress. You know, in the military, we had a term, we adapt and overcome. You adapt, you adjust, and you overcome, and you continue to conserve your sustainability, your strength. Again, it has truly been my pleasure to be here this morning. And everything that I wanted to talk about, I kind of went off on a tandem because you guys have said some things that resonated with me. And as I was sitting here, I said, oh my God, I forgot my pen and paper. And when the video started, that's exactly where I went to get my pen and paper, because you can always learn something when people are talking. And if you haven't learned anything else, keep pen and paper handy. Thank you, Miss Shirley. And it's been my pleasure to be amongst these beautiful women. And you guys keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, you can see the energy, you know, she carries. If not for the kind of energy that she has at 70, she wouldn't want to just stand. I must be sincere. She wouldn't want to just stand when she was just sitting and balancing and enjoying herself to just stand. No. So, and that's why I keep saying, you know, at 72, I want to be as active as this. So thank you so much, ma'am, you know, for teaching us all of that. Then she made mention about commitment to self. Commitment to self. First and foremost, you're doing it for you. This life you're living is for you first. You need to understand that, because when you understand that, your perspective about so many things will change. You're not living to please anybody. You're not living for anybody. You're living for you. If you have a good life, you have a healthy life, it's for you. If you take your time, like my sister, make her hair with gold. What's that? What's that color? Blonde. It's for her. That's her trademark. People know her for that. She does not want to take any other color other than that color. That's my fabulous. I know her for that. That's for her. And I remember when she came to Nigeria, we were trying to, you know, say, oh, can we, you know, get another something close, another color? She's, don't try it. Don't even think of it. Yes, because first and foremost, she has to be comfortable with what she's wearing. That is for her. If she take anything from you, she's just taking it to please you, but she's not happy. So why would she do that? So you need to live a happy life for you first before any other thing. So make a commitment to yourself. And then she made mention about self-care. Self-care is important. We've heard that again and again and again and again. Sometimes we are caught in the middle of not doing the things we've heard, and some of the things we tell people to do, you know, we sometimes don't do that. So recognize the gifts that God has given to you. When you see them, the opportunities, everything that comes your way, recognize it when it comes and grab it. Take advantage of it. It is to help you live a sustained life as a leader. So thank you once again, Ma. Thank you so very much. You have, you know, heard all of that. And I believe others have also taken notes, like she has taken notes, because we want to live here, prepare ourselves as better leaders for next year and the years to come. So the next person I have is, let me see if she's in, Evangelist Tamala Coleman. Tamala is a devoted follower of Christ. She serves as a minister, a highly acclaimed author with 6 best-selling books. She's a podcast host and a playwright. In 2007, inspired by the Holy Spirit, she released her first book, Spiritual Expressions, a collection of heartfelt poetry. This initial success paved the way for more literary works, including Divine Women of God, a devotional designed for women, and her first children's book, Donovan Shoes. Tamala's ministry has always focused on empowering and uplifting women. Thank you so much, Tamala, for doing all that you're doing and empowering women. Hello, Tamala, are you in?
I am in. Can everybody see me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, hello, my sisters in Christ, beautiful women of God. And Shirley Murphy, I thank you so very much for having me and also for this awesome award. It is an honor and a pleasure to be among so many beautiful women all over the world, globally. And I too, as Jennifer McNeil said, she's been taking notes. I've been writing down some things, and you ladies, from Dorothy, Pastor Dorothy Ross to Jennifer McNeil and yourself, Shirley Murphy, you all have already spilled it out for me this morning. So I don't know what else to say, but I am grateful and thankful to be here on this morning. I do want to just start to just thank God, my Savior, Jesus Christ, and who has been the head of my life, the one that I am led by each and every day. I can do nothing without my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for He is the reason why I live, breathe, move, and have my very being. So I am so grateful for God and for this very moment, this very hour, for all of these beautiful women on this panel. Congratulations to each and every one of you. And as you were talking about the leadership, what does leadership mean to me? Well, let me tell you something. I actually did not start to begin to really realize all that until recently. And I'm going to say this because you have to experience a lot of things. You have to endure a lot of things in order to know that what leadership really means. First of all, you must believe in yourself. And I've also heard the comment, I think it was Miss McNeil, that said confidence. You have to believe in yourself, have that confidence, and believe that you can do what you're doing, and you have that leadership role. And Shirley Murphy, you mentioned in the beginning about your purpose. All of us have a purpose. God has a purpose plan for each and every one of us on this panel right now. And He, sometimes it takes a few of us longer to actually for that to manifest, or for us to even know, what our purpose is. And my purpose, I asked God a long time ago. And again, I believe in Christ, y'all. I just have to mention Christ in all that I say and do. Unfortunately, that's what I do. Amen. But I love the Lord, and I'm led by the Holy Spirit. That's one thing that leaders should be led by, is the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit teaches us in all things. He teaches us, also convicts us when we're wrong. He teaches us the Holy Spirit teaches us to speak when we shouldn't speak. We have to have discipline as leaders. And far too often, I see leaders in this day and time that do not have discipline. There's so many leaders that really don't realize that people are watching you as a leader. Every time I say something, I have to be careful with what the words I use, what come out of my mouth, what I say, how I walk, how I talk. I want to be led by the Holy Spirit, that God is going to be pleased with me. As a leader, I am to please God and not man. And so the platforms that God has allowed me to step into, I have been able to inspire, to encourage others with what He has given me. Now, I'm not trying to be somebody else. I'm not trying to implicate somebody else or trying to be someone else that God has not given me to be, because I believe in being authentic. And that's one thing that leaders should learn how to do, is to be authentic in your leadership roles, wherever it is, whatever platform God has given you, to be authentic. And also follow Christ, and be transparent. I think Pastor Dorothy Ross mentioned that. we should also be transparent in how we lead. I don't know what each of these ladies have done in your leadership roles and what you're doing on your platforms, but be transparent. That is the only way I know how to be, is transparent and to be authentic in what I do. Also believe that when you're touching the lives of others, you may not even see it. You may not see of it, you may not hear the manifestation of it, but believe, just plant the seed. Plant the seed. Someone else will water it, but God is going to give the increase. So believe in yourself, be authentic, and believe that you can do all things through Christ, which strengthens you in this leadership role. Believe that for a fact, that I can't do anything without Christ. I can't do anything without his leadership. Even with the platforms I have been an author of eight-time best-selling author, 15 books published, podcast show. I have a magazine and also a production. Nobody but God did that. I don't take credit for anything that I have done. God gets the glory from everything that I have done, everything that he's allowed me to do, because I am a willing vessel, just like the rest of you ladies. You all are willing vessels, and willing vessels you want to be used by God. So that's all I want to do, is be used by God. And I thank you so much, Miss Murphy, for this opportunity to be able to just speak just a little bit about the leadership and what it means to me. I feel like if I had learned this a long time ago, some of the roles, have been, haven't been clear for me. Some of the roles have not been smooth for me, but I thank God for the leaders that God has put in my life, that he's encircled me around. And that's one of my prayers every day. Lord, send me men and women of God that will speak into my life, and I can speak into their life. And the last thing I want to say is, do not compete with anyone. Do not compete with anybody else, because what God has for you is for you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sister Tamala. Thank you so very much for sharing that. And of course, as we all know, competing with anyone, you're just sabotaging yourself when you try to compete, when you have so much that has been installed and you've not done anything. In fact, I know that no one has ever exhausted all that God has deposited in a lifetime. So if you have that knowledge that you have so much that God has deposited in you, and you cannot even finish, running with it in a lifetime. So why do you now have time or care about competing with what another person is doing? Because you have so much that has been poured into you. So believe in yourself, that she has rightly mentioned. Sometimes, even as leaders, you find out that we still struggle to, believe in what we have, in what God has given to us. You still get to a point where you begin to ask yourself, where do I go for? Is it, can I really do it? Is it possible? And all of those things. God has given you the ability. It has been inbuilt. It is inside. All he needs from you is just to tap into it and believe that you have everything that he has, given to you. And then I should make mention about discipline. As a leader, we have to be disciplined. So many times we must be sincere with ourselves. As a leader, so many times we fall short of this. So many times, but you just have to ensure that you remain on the track. Sometimes a lot of things, challenges come that want to push you by the side, but you just have to come back and remain on the track, on the path that God has given to you. Don't want to be like anyone else. I want to be me, always, always me. I do not want to be like anyone else. Like I share this all the time. And I know that, for Fabulous, but Pastor Dorothy has met me. You can see how short I am. And I want to be me. I want to remain the way I am. Maybe next life, if I happen to be, can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
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 Okay, I think I was frozen. Okay, so I want to remain me the way I am. I don't want to be like anyone else. I was saying Pastor Dorothy and Fabulous has seen how short I am. I want to remain, the way I am. Maybe in next life, if God give me the grace to become taller, that's fine. But for now, this is who I am, and I remain the way I am. So I don't want to be like anyone else, because I know what God has given to me. No one else can carry what God has given to me. It is for me, and the grace upon my life may not be the same like anyone else. So I appreciate what God has given to me and who God has made me to be. So thank you so much, Evangelist Tamala, for sharing that. And let's always be authentic, be real, be who you are. Let people know you for who you are, not something else. So thank you so much, ma'am. All right, once again, I want to, okay, so permit me to invite the next awardee to the spotlight. Fabulous Camille Raub. Fabulous is the founder and CEO of Just Fabulous Care. Just Fabulous for You. Just Fabulous for You. No, Just Fabulous Care and JFC for You. Sorry, I mix these things up sometimes. Okay, she is a mentor, she's a teacher, a global speaker, an entrepreneur, a TV show host, a podcaster, a philanthropist, I want to go on and on. I want motivational speaker, a global mom. That's the title. The global mom, an investor, an author, and this, and this. Oh God, this lady is just too much. So Fabulous Raub is highly, I don't know what this means, because I know she's energetic, but well, I know she's energetic. Yes, I wanna, yeah, yes, I know. Okay, she's energetic, she's hardworking, she has over 25 years of progressive experience caring for children and adults of all ages. Yes, I know this about her. Whenever you are with her, if you say you want to, I don't want to smile, I don't want to laugh. In fact, something is wrong with me, I don't want to laugh. You're lying. By the time she began to laugh herself. She did not invite you into her laugh. Oh. She's laughing her thing by herself. There's no way. Her laugh is contagious. You will just see yourself rolling on the floor. That's how God has. She is blessed with that. So she is a wonderful mom, actually. She has the ability to care for a newborn, interact with anyone. She's just a wonderful soul. I am so proud. I'm so happy to have known you, to have you in my life. Thank you so much, sis, for all that you're doing in this world. So welcome with me, the fabulous Camille Raub. Fabulous, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Shirley. Thank you so much. Hello, ladies. Hello. And I am so excited and blessed to be here. And thank you so much for those kind words, my dear, and for allowing me to be on your platform. Ladies, I have been and I have met Miss Shirley. We call her Madam Shirley. And yes, she is very short, very short. I was shocked. She looked tall, but she's very short. But she's very happy and very open-minded and very loving. And she took very good care of us when we were there. But for me, when it comes to learning about being a leader, I set things aside because growing up, I had to think about the stuff that I do. I knew I was a leader the day when I came into this world. I knew I was a leader. There was no doubt about it. Because with God, all things are possible. I grew up with two brothers. I had to take care of them. So guess what? I am a leader. I had to make sure that everything was taken care while I was growing up. I was a leader. Met my husband, got married, had two kids. I become a leader because you had to figure out how to multitask, right? So when it comes to leadership, we all have a leader in us. We just decide how we're going to do it, when we're going to do it, and how long we're going to do it for. And like the lady said, you have to be you. There's only one of me. Everything else is taken. So if you don't like what you see, I'm so sorry for you. This is what you get. I have people that come into my life for a reason, and they come in and stay for a season. And God always put me in the path of people that need me, and I need them. So leaders attract very strong leaders. This question was asked to me several times. What would you do different in your life? I'm like, why would I want to change what God had planned for me? My life was not perfect, but there was seeds planted and they had to grow successful. If you don't know what it's like being a leader and growing, I don't stop for anyone. You cannot tell me what I can do and what I cannot do, because God said, I am who I am because He said I am. He said I can do anything through Him. So He lead the way and I follow. I am the fabulous Camille Robb, and I'm best known as the fabulous global mom because I provide education, food, clothes, and shelter for children, not just in my community, but all over the world. Why I do what I do? Because I make a difference. I was programmed by God to provide the need of others. So if I see a need, I plant a seed and I watch that seed grow and blossom so other people can eat from that seed. You think you just plant seeds just in the ground? No, you plant seeds in the life of others so that they could go out and make a difference. Our motto is each one, teach one. And that should be every one of us here. As leaders, we are teaching people how to come together, one mind, one soul, so we can impact the world. We have to be very intentional in what we do. Don't wait for people to do. You do. Don't come to me and tell me that, oh, I'm going to try to see if I can work this out. Don't try, just do. Don't stop doing what God has programmed you to do, is to be a blessing to others. Be a blessing to others. Thank you, Madam Shirley, for allowing me to share on your beautiful platform. Thank you, ladies, for listening. And if you do want to know more about how I impact the world, you can visit any one of my social media. You can find me if you want to donate to our organization, jfc4u.com. Stay blessed, stay safe, and stay absolutely fabulous. And thanks again for listening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lady Fabulous. Always fabulous, fabulous with your speech. Thank you for sharing that. We have to know who we are. And I believe everyone on this platform, you know who you are. You need to continually stick to what you know about yourself and do not allow anyone shift you, push you, from the position and what God has called you for. I believe those are the words Fabulous has shared. She also shared about planting seeds, and that's what she has been doing, planting seeds in the lives of the children around her so they can grow to become a blessing. And each time, if you know Fabulous too well, she will tell you, I'm blessed to be a blessing. So every one of us as leaders, we should also, imbibe that mantra, let's always tell ourselves we are blessed to be a blessing. And also try as much, not just saying it, try as much as possible to reach out to be a blessing to someone out there, especially this season. I know so many of us that's what we do, but let's do more, you know, and then the God that has called us will continually bless and prosper the works of our hands. Thank you so much, Miss Fabulous, you know, for sharing. I want to call next Rodi. You know, I have a lot of mothers around me, and sometimes I just look around and say, God, thank you for all the mothers around me. And that's why I don't go hungry, because, you know, mothers, head of the mother all the time. You're always taking care, like the global mom herself, always looking out to take care of our children, giving them food. All these mothers, that's what they do for me. So thank you so much, moms that are around me. Thank you. So I also have another mother, a wonderful lady, always looking good. And that's why, you know, this one, I'm saying it now for everybody to hear, so that by that time, you will not be surprised. You will just be saying, Shirley, those messages you used to say has actually come to pass. That at 70, Shirley, at 70, I don't know how old that is. I'm not talking about old as in age now, physically now, like Pastor Dorothy and Jennifer. When I'm 70, they would have been like maybe 100, and then they'll still be doing fitness. So as at that time, as at that time, you will see how young I'll be looking. So as at that time, you will remind me, Fabulous remind me, Shirley, yeah, you're really looking, because you have tapped from, you know, the women that has gone ahead. So thank you. All right, so welcome with me to the spotlight, Dr. Marie Conte. She's a visionary founder and CEO of Prosperity Partners International, Passion Home Health Services, LLC, and also Passion Allied Health Institute. She's also the founder of Future Children International, with an extensive background spanning over 30 years as a registered nurse. Marie Conte's mission revolves around promoting self-care among caregivers and nurses. It's evident in her transformative journey of over 30 years as a self-care expert. She has a self-care journal, Reset, Recharge, and Restore. Marie Conte, please, the floor is yours.
Now let me unmute myself. Thank you so much, Madam Shirley Murphy, for inviting me into this wonderful platform and on this special day of the Leadership Award ceremony. I just want to thank God for everything in my life and my family, my mentors out there, friends that I have come across with during my entire life. So I am originally from Sierra Leone, West Africa. When we talk about leadership, I believe and I know that I'm a leader from the day I was born, because what God did was I came first before my 9 siblings, and they're all girls. And I said, God, I didn't know what I had in my hands then, but now as I keep pushing and asking God to tell me my purpose, and so I can be the leader that He wants me to be. So I discovered so many things that I wish I had knew before. But however, it's never too late. Age is just a number. By the way, in 2 months, I will be 6. Who wanna guess? I'll leave the next number anywhere between 2 and 5. So who can guess the next number? And I have a
65.
gift for you.
65.
No less. I'm
Yeah.
young.
63.
Who?
63.
Who said that?
It's B.
Peter.
Jacqueline.
Okay, you have a gift from me.
Oh!
I'll be
Oh.
53, and thank God for my siblings. We had a wonderful journey, but sometimes when you're a leader, you have to ask God to give you wisdom to lead wisely and with integrity. The reason why I'm now focusing on self-care, I have just been a provider, and I'm still a provider, don't get me wrong, but how can you lead if you are not in good shape and you don't do your work thoroughly well? So every time, I'm a mom also, I'm a full-time wife. By the way, my wedding anniversary, 40 next month. So as I continue to grow and become wiser, and I start checking on myself and say, Marie, God put you on this earth for a reason, but what have you done to be that leader? Today I'm here, and we know what has been happening around the world. Tomorrow is never promised. So I start doing my own diligence and start searching and checking to see what I have done correctly, what I haven't done correctly, and what I need to do so that I can lead better. And came to find out that I have just been providing fish to my community, to my people. And because that's what my parents gave me. And they try in a women's school, but the rest is another story for another time. So I educated myself and said, that's what my parents knew then. Now, this is what I know. And then there's more I need to know so I can grow and help my siblings. It's not our fault. There was one leader I met, he said, it's not our fault to live, to be poor, but it's our fault to die poor because there's so many opportunities out there. If your parent did not put you in school and you live in a country like the USA, I can give credit to this country, the opportunities. When I came, I've never been a nurse. So I educated myself with God and reached out and came to a level that I will never be that kind of person I was 20 years ago, to just keep crying and say, oh, I've been giving you, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, but have I done the other part to turn around and educate them so they too can achieve and get that what I have. So now my mission is to embrace all and work with the willing and succeed with the champions. I know Madam Shirley has listed all the things that I'm doing. And I said, okay, I never knew that I have done so much with all these organizations and putting my hands in a lot of different areas, but not paying attention to what makes sense and partner with those that have the same mindset as you so that you can grow and empower more people and make the world better and leave it better than the way you found it. So now I said, okay, I have 9 sisters, so which means I have more organizations to form with the help and guidance and mentorship with my sisters out there who are my leaders, my coaches, and I just want to thank God for being on this platform. I'm, as you can tell, I'm a nurse. Every time I get a little block somewhere, and I say, okay, let me go back to my nursing process. Sometimes my family say, this is not nursing. we are family. I said, no, I have to, because in the nursing process, you have to assess the situation. You come with a plan, then you implement, and then go back and evaluate and see if what you have done works, did not work, what you need to adjust. It's very, very painful. I don't want to say it, because now I'm here talking. Madam Shirley said I have to talk, and I love to read. But she said, no, you come here and talk. So I used to say, I don't want people to know about my business. I don't want people to know about me. But I have a lot of people that's looking up to me, depend on me. So I cannot be selfish. I'm slowly coming out to do the thing that I believe God put me here on earth to do. So sometimes when I become silent, don't be upset with me. That's just the way I am. I'm just recalculating my mind and see what I have to do next, so that, because I don't want to make mistake, but sometimes it's because of the field I'm in. So, but sometimes in leadership and in life, you have to fail several times. Thank God, COVID came and COVID won. So now I'm in the self-care business and self-care journey, because if I'm healthy, I know I can do more. So remember, people, that's Marie Conte here. If you want to know more about me, you can check me out on marieconte.com, passion health, homehealth.com, and I have my number 703-825-0360. So just remember that Prosperity Partners, we're here to assess your needs and provide solutions worldwide. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I appreciate you all. God bless you all, and let's continue to lead this world peacefully, with integrity and love.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. That as leaders, we need to lead with wisdom and integrity, and then work with champions, work with those that have the right mindset with us. You don't have to work with those that want to pull us down. You have to work with those that believe in what you believe in, so you can move faster on the journey. Thank you once again, ma'am. Okay, very quickly, please. I want us to just try and let's maximize the little time that we have, so we can get everything done in the next 30 minutes. Please, let's just work with time. I think 5 minutes should be enough, if not too much. All right, so next person I'm going to call on is Dr. Daphne Soros. Daphne Soros is the driving force behind Carousel Moms Business and Leadership Coaching. She's embarked on a multifaceted journey from a dedicated wife and a mother to becoming a dynamic speaker, mentor, best-selling author. She transitioned from a conventional 9-to-5 career job to having a master roles with master cape. What's that? Counselor, psychotherapist, showcasing remarkable adaptability. And she is a respected authority. Daphne Soros passionately empowers women globally, fostering unwavering confidence, breaking limits, and guiding them towards thriving business and financial independence. Please welcome to Dr. Daphne Soros. Daphne,
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes, I am here. Thank you so much, Sister Shirley. Really appreciate the warm welcome, and really congratulations to each and every awardee out here. You really deserve it, a well-deserved award. Okay, to begin with my share, it says that sustainable leadership is a management approach that provides solutions And as a mompreneur, I think I'm always trying my best to provide solutions to all the women to empower them to success, because that is what I am passionate about. So when I look back at things and see that, I wish I had known this, first of all, I don't live in the wish era, because I'm a woman of faith and I believe strongly whatever happens only happens with the will of God. Even the devil cannot touch one hair of mine without the permission of God, because he is in power. Why it happens, how it happens, I have no idea. Maybe when one day I go up, I'll ask him why certain things happen. But I trust that he is in control. And when I surrender to him, that he is in control, things transform. So I'm happy for what has happened in the past, my lack of knowledge. Because if I knew too much, maybe I would not be open like a sponge to really absorb the new learnings and to impart the learnings. Now, a little about me. I have been a very shy, quiet, introvert girl. I was never like this speaking, like even in the classroom or in the family. But I have taken ownership for myself to achieve my goals and my dreams, and transformed myself through different trainings and studies and everything. I said yes to myself. And the first solution to a sustainable leadership is saying yes to yourself. That's the solution. If you don't say yes to yourself, no one can do anything for you, even God. Because it is that even with God, it's a one-sided door. The handle is towards inside. If you do not open the door, he's not going to force you and say, no, you are going to damn do it. I don't care. He can do it. He's God. Okay. He has all the powers, but he never does it. And you mamas who are here or listening to us will agree with that. How much times do we turn blue telling our children not to do something? And they still do it. But when a child wants to do it, they do it even if it's the worst thing. So if we say yes to ourselves, the transformation starts already. And as a mother, you are a leader. You're leading a family. You are a business owner because you are dealing with different departments in your family. That's cooking, cleaning, mopping, teaching the children. You're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're the sweeper, you're every damn thing on earth, right? So you have all the managerial skills. All you need to do is get out of your own way. Transform the words that you use. I can't do this. I cannot speak. Yes, I was never a person to come on screen and speak this way. But once I started saying, I can speak. I am powerful. My message is good. I can empower people. When we make these positive statements, we are empowering ourselves. So first, as you point your finger to others, remember 4 points back at you. So start with you. It has to begin with me. I have to transform myself, and then I can transform others. And that's what a good leader. And a good leader, as the Bible says, what was Jesus? Put aside that he was the Son of God, but he was a leader, right? He was a servant leader. A leader is one who is ready to serve and to bow down. If you put your head up and are not ready to bend and think you are Mr. or Miss Perfect, then maybe I would say for you it might be good news, but well, it's the bad news that you will be unsuccessful in anything you do in life. Put on your cap to transform yourselves, to say yes to yourselves and do it. You've got such a good, beautiful audience of wonderful women here, and I'm sure not one of them will say no to you if you turn to them and say, we need your help. Please guide us and support us. And hats off to all these women who are here. A well-deserved award to each one. Congratulations and God bless. Over to you, Sister Shirley.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Yes. Be a servant leader. That's the message. Be a servant leader and be ready to provide solution. The world is filled with, all the negative, all the problems. But as leaders, we are here to provide solutions. And that's what she is doing as a mompreneur in our circle, providing solutions to women who are sit-at-home moms, and she's doing that wonderfully well. And say yes to yourself. Say yes to yourself. You don't move, God will not force you. I love that. Thank you so much, man. If you do not move, God will not, even as is God, he will not force you. It's just waiting for you. Say, I am at the door of your heart knocking. Open the door for me. So some people will say, but you're God, why don't you just break it? No, he wants you to appreciate who he is in your life. That's why you want you to come to your sense and know that I have, a God that will be ready, to secure everything that concerns me. So thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing, and God bless. All right, so next awardee is Dr. B. Jacqueline Jada. She is a compelling thought leader who champions the empowerment of women around the world, providing opportunities to build courage, confidence, and connections through workshops, resources, education, and coaching in line with her passion for helping women succeed. Jada founded, sorry, my light went out. Okay, sorry. Okay, Jada founded Grow, Lead, and Prosper, a global personal and professional training and leadership development company focused on equipping women with skills and strategies to conquer limited mindsets that deter them from operating in their purpose and full potential. All right, Jada, the floor is yours.
First, thank you, Dr. Shirley, Lady Shirley, for this opportunity and for this award. I am very excited to be in this collaborative of amazing women around the world, and it means a lot to me. So real quickly, talking about sustainability and leadership, and a lot of things I was going to say, someone's already said, so that just tells about the connectedness that we already have. But when I think about the word sustainability, it talks about it being the ability to maintain or support process over time. So I think about that in leadership, those things that come to mind when I think about in leadership, I'm like, how are we leaving the next generations? How are we leaving a legacy or leaving those generations to come sustained in leadership, good leadership? Because, we can have bad leadership. We've had some examples here in the US. Anyway, there's a quote that I was first introduced to via Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And he said, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. So what is the key way to feed or sustain leaders for generations to come? And one of those ways I know that's been very important and instrumental in my life is being a role model, being those who do you see? Be the change you want to see. Who do you see doing whatever? I mean, the pictures you see around of a young boy or young child watching their father in good, or watching a parent in good and bad examples doing what they do, because kids are like sponges and people around us are like sponges. So it's not necessarily the age of someone who's watching you and doing what you do. It's just how much influence you have. Because John Maxwell says that leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And so how are we influencing those around us, and how are we influencing the sustainability of leadership to come? So when we talk about leaders, we talk about them being born, and some people say that leaders are made, and this has been $1 million question for decades upon. But when we think about leadership, it's already been said, leadership is really a service. How can we work through this problem, this issue, this challenge together, and giving up your best for the betterment of the team? And so I'm a scientist. I want to throw in some scientific things, but the scientific research suggests that, I thought this was very funny, but that 30% of leadership is genetic and 70% is learned. So we are born leaders in a way, but we have to develop those things. And so what leaders are we developing through being a role model? So role models and mentors are an integral part of our leadership sustainability. And so just to kind of snip this in the bud, we can, I don't think we can overstate being a role model. There are role models on this particular live right now that are role models to me, especially in the way of self-care. I mean, I think that I'm with you, Lady Shirley. When I get to be 70, I hope I look half as good as Dr. Jennifer. So I just know that role models are around us. We're not superheroes. You're role models for yourself, for your household, for those around you. But we're not superheroes. We're not rock stars or celebrities. We are just everyday people that are living out our leadership in a way that it should be expressed. And I think Dr. Daphne said this about being who God, and other people have said, being who God created you to be. And when you do that authentically, then you are a role model, whether you know that or not. So it's been said that wise people learn from mistakes. A wiser person learns from others' mistakes, but the wisest person from all learns from other successes. So success definitely leaves clues. So my question that I ask myself is, someone left clues for me. So who am I leaving clues for the next generation? So I want to ask these 3 questions, and I'm going to be quiet. Who was or is your role model? Who are you a role model to? And what are you doing to sustain leadership to those around you? I yield the mic. If you're speaking, you're on mute. There you are.
Okay. All right. So the question, is it to us to answer? You want us to answer that question now? Or
You can think about it each day
okay.
as you go through, when you're going through the things that you show up to do and that God has called you to do. It's like, how am I leaving sustainable leadership, and who am I being a role model to?
That's a powerful question. As leaders, we need to ask ourselves these questions. We need to ask ourselves these questions. As evaluation check, from time to time, you go back and check how you're doing in that leadership role that God has given to you. All right, thank you, sis, for sharing that with us. Thank you so very much. And I believe we have taken notes, and other leaders have questions to ponder on. Thank you. All right, so the next person that I'll call on is Dr. Christina Konya. Christina Konya is an international peace ambassador, esteemed spiritual coach, and an advocate for authentic leadership. Her extensive expertise includes being an ancient crystal healing master, and alongside her roles as an award-winning international speaker and a co-founder of Easy Step Group Limited in the United Kingdom, she holds key positions as CFO at Expressions of Humanity and COO at Rev Unites TV in USA. Dr. Christina is also recognized as a host of the Truth Runners talk show and serves as the Director of Project Development at Vision Afrique Development in Zambia and Kenya. All right, Christina, floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Miss Shirley.
Yes,
First
ma'am.
of all, I would love to say that it's an honor. I'm really, really humbled and extremely grateful to be here with all these strong and powerful ladies tonight. It's just amazing for the second time in a row, which makes me think, oh, wow, thank you, God. Thank you that I made it. And thank you very much, Shirley. What about my leadership? It's been a tough road. It's been a hard path. I've learned everything on my own at the beginning. Until I learned, number one, the power of listening and working together. I learned the power of listening to my heart. Because what we do when in the education, they teach us logic. I used to be a very, very grounded person. Everything had to make sense. Everything was connected to numbers. Everything, had to be in a certain structure. But along the way, as a leader, working especially with women, I learned that the heart can think exactly the same way as the brain. And I learned along the way to think with my heart. Because I realized that when we as leaders, let it be the leader of our family, let it be the leader of our community or the city or whatever we may be, because we are leaders in many, many ways. When we lead from heart, that's true. That's what I call true and authentic leadership. When we lead from our head, it's different. There, we say we manage. But when we lead from heart, and this is what I learned to lead from heart, then we are the true leaders. I also learned the power of words. Words are really, really powerful. Number one, how us as leaders, we talk to ourselves. What are the stories, what we are saying ourselves in our mind, what we can or we cannot do, what we can or we cannot achieve. And number two, when we out there and we lead and we inspire and motivate others, what are the words what we are using? Because they are listening. And our words can make or break a person. So I've learned to be very, very mindful on this too. What I'm thinking, what kind of words I'm saying, how I talk about myself and others. And when I'm in front of people, how I talk to them, because that's very, very important. And number three, what I learned along the way is the power of resilience. Yes, we have to be resilient as leaders, but I also learned to say enough when it's enough. Sometimes we might take a certain direction. And I would love to invite you. I mean, I learned on myself as well that direction might change. As long as we have a vision and we hold that vision for ourselves, the way to that vision, the direction might change. And I've learned not to be stubborn and go always on the right. I learned that sometimes I have to change and go maybe left, maybe, just a little bit on the other way around, just to get where I want. So when it comes to leadership, this is what I'm learning. This is what I would love really to inspire each and everybody, each and every leader out there. Lead from your heart, be mindful of your words, and don't be afraid to change direction when needed. So I would really love to thank you once again for being in this platform, for being amongst these amazing, great, beautiful, heart-based leaders as you all are. So thank you so much for the opportunity, Miss Shirley.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for always leading from your heart. And also, you've talked about the power of resilience that we all possess as leaders. And then she made mention of not being afraid to change direction if there is need. So you don't have to say, no, but this is how I started, this is how I've been doing it, let me remain like this. No, I can't change it, I can't turn, I can't do this when it's not working. So why wasting time? Don't be afraid and don't waste time to change what's not working. Thank you so much. A great leader for sharing. Thank you. All right, I think the last but not the least is I'm looking for the words for this lady. She's too much. Dr. Lourdes Riche. She's a co-founder, Women Reach Out with God Initiative, Nigeria, Africa, serving as the ambassador for Burundi, Foundation Lab Burundi. She has extended her influence to over 20 million people across the continent. She is the CEO, Lourdes Riche Ignites Life Coaching and Consulting LLC. And she is also the CEO. Dr. Lourdes Riche Dr. Lourdes leads a team dedicated to providing comprehensive guidance, coaching, and training to entrepreneurs. Their focus lies in elevating brands through engaging social media interactions visually captivating videos, and other vital business solutions. Dr. Lourdes, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Shirley. I appreciate you. Thank you to everyone here and even those that are desiring to be here. I'm kind of working some things behind the scenes, so trying to move. And thank you for everyone that put your information in the chat. So please do so if you have not yet. So I want to take this time to thank the Most High Source Energy, God, the Father, the Mother, the universe, because it is without question that we are not here by happenstance and we all have a purpose. So I want to keep closely to the questions that were asked of us. What inspires you to keep impacting lives? One of the greatest things that inspires me to keep impacting lives is because there is someone somewhere on the planet that we may not see, but they see us. Many of us are on social media. We have businesses. We're doing things to help people ignite and take flight in every area of their life. And the fact of the matter is that someone is looking at us. Someone has made us their mentor. And there are lives that we're changing. And at the end of the day, I remember what Maya Angelou said to Oprah Winfrey when Miss Oprah Winfrey said to her, "Oh, I'm building this school in Africa. This is my legacy." Maya Angelou said to her, "Oprah, you have no idea. Your legacy is everyone you touch." And so that is my legacy, that each life that I touch, no matter if I've ever met them in person or will ever meet them in person, each life that I touch will have something that they can give back to others. That's important to me. That's why I keep inspiring and impacting lives. But one of the main reasons is because of my parents. My parents taught me from a little girl about the importance of loving others and giving back and caring. I remember they would bring in people who were derelicts on the street. My father would give them, a lot of these men, his clothes and shoes. They would feed them, they would clothe them, they would shelter them, and they would uplift them and not talk down to them, but speak a word of blessing over their life. So that keeps me going. That keeps me impacting lives. My mother was a little girl that came from slaves who toiled in the cotton fields, picking cotton, who came from people who were proud, that came to a land where they had their native tongues whipped out of them. And they learned to thrive and stay alive. What challenges have I faced? And how have I overcome them? Just like many of you, you've lost people that you love. Some of you lost your mothers, your fathers in the recent years. And that was one of the most devastating challenges in my life. But somehow, like Whoopi Goldberg said in the movie The Color Purple, I'm still here. Thank God I'm still here. Because I know that when my mother died, I was ready to die. During that time, we had other people like Pastor Dorothy Mae Ross. She lost her husband. We lost a great member, Dr. Margaret Fournier. Marie Conte, she lost her mom. And so many others. But thank God we are still here. We're still doing great work. And so our challenges are not totally behind us. We still have challenges ahead. And the challenge is to face the challenge head on, face our fears, and tell the truth about what we're afraid of. And so when I speak to challenges, I'm not just speaking to my own challenges. I'm speaking to challenges that I've faced with many of you. Phone calls, difficult challenges in our businesses. But yet we come through it. And the way I've come through it is tenacity, believing in myself, dispelling the lies that I can't do it and telling myself that I can. But most of all, going inside to find my strength, because so many look outside of ourselves. We've been taught to do that, but the real strength lies within. So that's how I face the challenges. I go within and I find that one spark, that one thing, that God energy. And I share my gratitude and thank God I'm still here. How do I define success? I define success by harnessing my thoughts. Each and every one of us, I would imagine, on this platform has books. And we share our knowledge, we share our love and our patience and our time. Because our words speak life. And I say this everywhere I go. I had to learn critical thinking. I had to learn critical thinking to be able to harness my thoughts. And one of the people that helped me learn this after my parents instilled it in me is right here on this platform. And everywhere I go, I say this. You know, a lot of times people say, Dr. Lotus, you're always boosting everybody up. You got to focus on just sharing you, talking about you. Well, I have a lot of accolades, but I couldn't have gotten any of them without critical thinking, harnessing my thoughts, taking the reins, controlling my life so that I can win. So I want to read something to you guys, ladies. I'm from New Jersey. We say you guys. So I want to read something to you from this book because this has helped me to be successful. The worst part of being lied to is knowing that you were not worth the truth. Jean-Paul Sartre said that. And I said to myself and to those that read my book, I said, stop lying and denying. We are doomed to stay in the matrix, but even the rabbit knows that tricks are for kids. It's time to do the grown-up. Look in the mirror now. Go ahead, look in your eyes and speak to your soul where the healing and reality of who you are begins. So for those of you that's not embroiled in something, I'd like you to repeat after me because I want to leave this with you. Because all of you have come up and you have shared what the Most High has given you as far as you being the salt to the earth. A lot of us don't go to people and ask for help. People come to us and ask for help. So who do we turn to? We have to turn within. So please repeat after me, if you will. And please open your mics. I deserve honesty in my life.
I deserve honesty in my life.
I am worthy of telling the truth.
I am worthy of telling the truth.
I release all lies about me and my life.
I release all lies about me and my life.
Today, I free my mind, body, soul, and future of lies.
Today, I free my mind, body, soul, and future of lies.
From now to eternity.
From now
to eternity.
I choose truth.
I choose truth.
Because that truth really, in and of itself, everyone, for me, what I've known, my success is just being able to look myself in the mirror and say that I am not what other people say about me. And it doesn't matter what other people say about me. The only thing that matters is what God knows about me. what God says about me. The name that I answer to is the name that God calls me by. And so that is a part of the success. Trials, tribulations, the path to success. The last question is, if given the opportunity, what would you have done differently based on what you know today? If I had done anything different, I might not have met Tamala Coleman, Marie Conte, B, Jacqueline, Get Down Brown, the amazing Jeter. I might not have met the amazing Get Fit, Bounce Back, Bring Yourself Back, Look So Good, Almost Give You a Heart Attack Back, Jennifer McNeil, the lady that helped me understand about critical thinking. I take it everywhere I go so everyone will know. You can't grow unless you have critical thinking. The pastor, the doctor, the amazing DR, the lady on the porch that's bringing families and that's bringing the world together, Dr. Dorothy Mae Ross. If I changed anything, I would not have met DS, the lady that every time you turn around, she's getting an award. She's on a book. She's speaking all over the world, Dr. Daphne Suarez. If I would have changed anything, I would not have met the lady, the truth runner herself, Christina Cunha. If I had changed anything, I would not have met Madam, the queen of bringing people together, Madam Shirley Murphy. So my answer is, I would not change a thing. Because if I would have changed something, the value, the love, and the very salt of the earth, I might have missed it. I might not have gotten that seasoning in my life. So I would not change a thing. Because my connections with all of those that I've come to know along the way, even the challenges, have made me powerful. And so I will leave you with this. Insight in and of itself is an intellectual comfort, but power in and of itself is a blind force. And we are powerful and we are stronger together. So know this. No matter what happens in this life, no matter whether you're tall or you're short, no matter whether you speak multiple languages, one or none at all, that in everything you do, you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. And so I bid you this: be blessed, don't stress, always do your best, and don't take no mess as you ignite and take flight in every area of your life. I love you. I absolutely love you. And there is nothing you can do about it. Smooches. Thank you for your time.
We love you too, and there is nothing you can do about that.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, my beautiful sister, always coming with a high vibe, vibing everybody, if you're sleeping, you just have to wake up when Lotus comes into the room. Thank you so much for all that you've shared and for being a great leader, reminding us that we as leaders need to face our challenges, face our fears, because I tell people nobody can do life for you. Nobody will do destiny for you. It is you all the way. So if you refuse to dip your legs or your feet, I would say, into the waters, that's on you. You need to dip your feet in to find out how cold it is, and then you know how to maneuver through it, So the life that we live in is filled with challenges here and there, but we cannot, because of that, run away or decide not to exist or live or survive or thrive. We have to find a way to navigate through it all. And that's when you look back and say, you're a winner, you're a conqueror, you're a champion. You're a great leader that's inspiring lives, that is impacting lives. That's the best way you can live a successful life, because the life we have come in to meet is filled with ups and downs. And you have God that has called you, that has sent you here, that will help you, that's ever willing and ever ready to lead us through. So thank you, amazing leaders. Thank you so much for sharing with us and also letting us to know a bit more about you and how you lead. I pray that God will continue to increase every one of us with the wisdom that we need to thrive in the industry, in the circle, in the field that He has given to us. So the time is now for us to do the presentation. Honestly, God understands everything, the way He does His things. So I do not complain. I just go with the flow and say whatever it is, nothing's stopping us. We have to keep moving. Our plan this year was for all the awardees to have the awards with them before this day. The first date we fixed, we had to reschedule, believing that we would be able to get everything across. We got the magazine out. Oh, I think I should share that, just flip. We got the magazine out, and then unfortunately, I took the, well, not unfortunate though. I took the awards to be shipped, and the shipping company, well, I have an experience right now that I'm battling with. I did some magazines for one of our sisters. Immediately after the boot camp, because it was delayed actually. So after the boot camp, I had to just get everything ready and send it to her. So when I got to the company, I usually use DHL. They said, ma'am, we are not shipping anything out now till the next 1 week. And I was like, I would have just waited. I said, okay, 1 week is not far, but I was just looking, so this magazine is already delayed. Let me just look for another company to send it. And that was what I did. And in fact, in this company, I've used it before, actually. So now that I have not used them before. So I've used them like maybe once. So I decided to go there and I gave it to them. As I'm talking to you right now, it's more than a month. The magazine has not been delivered. I have gone through all the stress I can think of trying to get this magazine back, so that at least let me know that I have it back with me. And it's just stuck. And they keep saying, madam, don't worry. It was actually sent to a wrong address. That was what they said. And they got it back. They had to send it to the right address that I gave to them. I don't know if the owner has received it as I'm talking, except I reach out to her to find out if she has received the magazine. So when I got to these people again, they said, ma'am, we're not going to ship till next week. I said, let me keep it. I don't want to go through that stress. I don't want to die before my time. And the awards are here. Oh God, I don't know if you can see me. Whew, this is heavy. This is beautiful. Can you see? Oh God, what's wrong? Wait, let me take this thing out. And hold on. Okay, before then, I want to just flip the pages of the magazine. I'm sharing my screen. So this is the cover. You must have seen it on Facebook. So a copy of this will be sent together with the award to you. And if you need the digital copy, a link will be sent to you as well, where you can access the e-copy. But you're going to have the the hard copy of the magazine together with the award coming to you. So I just want to flip this fastly. Look at all the beautiful faces. You can't read them, you just look at the colors, don't read. So don't say, Shirley, I cannot read. You cannot read now. Okay,
It's
so
beautiful.
thank you. So that's the magazine that will be coming together with the award. I wanted to take my screen out, so that maybe you can, with that, be able to see. And then we do the presentation of the awards. Can you see now? Woo! So I have them with me. I have them with me. This is Pastor Dorothy. So what I'll do is we're going to do the presentation of the award. Sorry, I'll be the one carrying it for you today. And when you receive it, please take a picture, and send it or post it so everybody can see the awards with you. So sorry, we had planned that you have it before now, so that as we call your name, the award would be with you, and we take the picture, with, having you having the award. But then, so, all right, so now I'm gonna go to the first awardee. Oh, you already have the, so today I'm the one doing the hosting, the moderating, the everything. So please bear with me. Okay. So I want to appreciate everyone. Like Dr. Lourdes mentioned again, that despite all that we went through this year, you're still here. So I want us to give ourselves a round of applause for being here despite all, the ups and downs this year. There has been a whole lot. If we are to allow you to begin to share, what you've gone through, this year we won't live here. But the truth is we all have, gone through some things that would have made us to say, no, I don't think I can go again. Please, let me be off. But thank God for the grace that we are still standing. And that's why we are also taking our time to say, congratulations. So many started the year with us. And today, some of them has fallen by the wayside. Some of them, they are no more. And some, maybe one health challenge or the other has, made them not to be seen anymore. But we are here. And that's why we need to celebrate ourselves. And we are the ones, taking it upon ourselves to say, we love you. And we appreciate all the work that you're doing, even when you do not think you're doing anything spectacular, but you're doing a whole lot. And we're seeing you. Keep doing it. For those that have taken this award the second time, we say congratulations once again, and thank you for keep being there, for being there regardless. All right, so the first award goes to this wonderful lady that I've known. She is worthy for this award the second time to receive a Glebm's Leadership Excellence Award 2023 under the Entrepreneurial Leadership Award category. And she is being awarded as an entrepreneurial leader. Please join me as we celebrate this lady, Dr. Daphne Soros. Woo-hoo. So this is for you, Dr. Daphne. Sorry, I'm the one holding it for now, so bear with me. When you receive it, you do that yourself, and it's very heavy. You want to be careful. Yeah. Okay, so Dr. Daphne has been a great leader, empowering women around her to become more moms, actually. You heard her when she spoke. She shared with us what she does and how she goes about providing solutions. She is a driving force behind the Carousel Moms business and leadership coaching. I have benefited from her mentorship as well in that area. Yes, saying something? Is somebody saying something? Okay. All right, so she has been a dedicated wife and mother, and she has run the race through all these years, impacting and empowering other women around her in business, encouraging growth among women in business. So we celebrate you, ma'am, and we say keep doing more, and may God bless and increase you on every side. A round of applause to you, Dr. Daphne.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, so the next award goes to, I don't know if she's still in. She was supposed to rush out to take care of business. She is worthy for the second time to receive Glebm's Leadership Excellence Award 2023 under the Humanitarian Leadership Award category. She has been doing so much in the humanitarian space, feeding, providing food and education and shelter to children around the world. If you see on the social media that she's traveling here and there, she's not traveling to just have fun. She's not traveling to, catch cruise. She has been traveling to feed people, feed children particularly, provide education, provide shelter. She and her husband has actually been doing this. And when she came to Nigeria, in fact, when she left, I was just like, we did not even have time to even, enjoy ourselves at all. It was work and work and work and work. So I want to celebrate you, Sister Fabulous, for all the great works that you're doing. She's being recognized as humanitarian leader. Fabulous, this is for you. We celebrate you. We love you. And we say, keep doing it, sis. The world needs more of you, a global mom, always thinking, always, where can I, go and feed someone? That's her passion. That's what she does. And we love you for being around in this world to put smiles on the faces of children and people around you. May God continue to increase and bless you abundantly. Okay. The next person that we have is no other than, where is her word? This lady. Did you see this lady? Did you see her? Did you see her? Dr. Lourdes Riche, she is worthy to receive Glebm's Leadership Excellence Award for the second time under the Entrepreneurial Leadership Award category. She's been awarded as Entrepreneurial Leader. She's been doing so much for those of you that know and follow her. She's been doing so much helping businesses, entrepreneurs, build their brand, be a great mentor she is. I know there's a whole lot of women in our circles that would say that because of her and her mentorship, they have become and known more when it comes to business. And of course, I can also say that as well. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being the great leader that you are. Dr. Lourdes, Dr. Lourdes. Thank you so much. Wow, this well, I do not really enjoy this experience of me carrying all everybody's award by myself anyway, but then please, let's just bear with me. And I want to even mention that by next year, God willing, we're going to have this award physically so that we can see ourselves, we can hold the awards, you know, we can celebrate, you know, together. So the next award goes to Dr. Rosalind Willis. She's not here. She said her connection had issues. So, and Rosalind is being awarded for the second time to receive Glebm's Leadership Award under the Transformational Leadership Award category. Rosalind is a great mentor. She is particular about women empowerment. She is known as Coach Ross. And of course, she stands as a beacon of inspiration with over 15 years, globally acclaimed motivational speaker and author, empowering in empowerment coaching. So she has done so much in our circle, empowering, transforming the lives, especially that of women. They say she dedicates herself to empowering women through her mentoring programs, through her nonprofit. And of course, you can see the work that she does, you know, on social media. You can see how active she is in that circle. So I want to congratulate Rosalind once again and say, keep being the shining lights that the world needs to see. We love you and we celebrate you, man. The next we have is this beautiful, oh God, I'm looking for a word here. Yeah. Dr. B. Jacqueline Jada. Yay! She is being awarded for the second time to receive this award, Glebm Leadership Excellence Award under Business and Entrepreneurial Leadership Award category. She works with women in business, offering leadership, coaching, mentorship, and helping women to grow, have a change mindset. Because of course, growth, that's where growth begins, having a change mindset and being, you know, available to receive the blessing that is coming. So Jacqueline has been a great woman of inspiration. And from the depth of my heart, I just love you with, you know, with everything, you know, and I'm so happy to have you and to be associated with you. Thank you so very much, ma'am, for all the great works that you're doing, you know, empowering lives and impacting lives. God bless you. I was carrying your award that time, we'll see you. Ah, can you see your name? God. Oh, all right, it's there. So you receive it. Letters by before Friday next week should be in your home, because I'll take it there on Sunday or Saturday, sorry. So they should ship it by Monday, like they said. Okay, so the next person that we have, next awardee, is this beautiful lady. You know, when she came to Nigeria, all the women around, they were like, you know, just around her. Oh, wow, I love the way you look. She's, you know, so sexy looking, you know. And we are inspired with your beauty, you know, and everything about you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being a great leader. She is worthy to receive Glebm's Leadership Excellence Award under the Transformational Leadership Award category. Thank you so much, ma'am, for using your position as God has given to you to touch lives, regardless. She's so humble a person, I don't know. But I bless God for your life. And I'm tapping from, you know, all the goodness that God has also given to you, tapping it on me. Thank you so much, ma'am. She's 72. Oh, this woman, as you're seeing her, if you see the dress that she wore during the dinner, ha, God, Shirley, what are you doing? Even me, I was just like, oh, no, it's kind of, thank you, ma'am, for being a great leader. May God continue to increase and bless you for transforming the lives of women around you and mine as well. Thank you so much, man. So,
Thank you.
Where is her word? Is here? Pastor Dorothy May Ross. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being a great leader. We are being awarded as a transformational leader in your circle and around the world. May God bless you. The next person that we have, next awardee, is Evangelist Tamala Coleman. She's a leader in the media. Coleman is being awarded under the Media Leadership Award category and subcategory podcasts and magazine publishing. She has been doing so much in the media industry. She has a podcast that she hosts and also a magazine. And she's also a movie producer. She's doing so very much. And you and I, you agree with me that the industry that you found yourself is not an easy one, especially in magazine publishing. Is a very challenging industry. But here you are, you're doing what God has called you to do, sowing seeds of greatness and giving people the opportunity to be seen and to be heard. We say thank you for being the great leader that you are. And we want to see more. Pray for God to give you the strength, the wisdom to continue to do more. Thank you so much. This is for you. Okay, this is where the name is. So when you receive it, ma'am, please do well. Take a picture with it and send it across. May God bless you. The next person that we have here is Dr. Christina Konya. Hello, Christina. She is worthy to receive. Sorry, the whole thing is mixed up. Oh, God. She's receiving this award for the second time, Glebm Leadership Excellence Award 2023, under the Diversity and Inclusion Leadership Award category. Konya, I've known her for some time now, some years actually. She's diverse in all her work. She provides exceptional leadership. You know, for those of you that have seen the things that she does, She's this leader that is, she's so down to earth. She's just so wonderful in every area. I just want to say thank you for being the great leader that you are. So beautiful. She doesn't, if you read more about her bio and study the kind of work that she does, I know some people in our circle will say, no, this is the area that I'm for, all this spirituality, all this stuff. No, I cannot associate with any other person. I cannot do, if you don't believe in what I believe in, if you don't do what I'm doing. No, she's not like that. She's everywhere. She's associated with anybody, everybody, and she's so wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. She inspires women to become more and to do more. She's also the host of Truth Runners. Come and share your truths. That thing that is your truths that only you knows. Come and share it on this platform to inspire others. That's what she does, and so many other things that she does. Thank you so much for being the light that this world wants to see. Continue to impact, continue to be the great you that you are. And may God bless you. Okay, we also have Miriam Wright. She's a leader in education. She is more about educating. She has an academy where she educates and empowers women. She's worthy for the second time to receive this award under the Educational Leadership Award category. She has been doing so much, providing education, empowering women, in our circle. Miriam Wright, she's not here. But I want to say thank you, ma'am, for doing all that you're doing in the world. May God bless and increase you. We also have Dr. Betsy Evans Bennett. She's also not here. She's at work. Betsy Evans, she is a great leader that I've known. She's doing so much, transforming lives, speaking deep into the lives of women also. She's an international best-selling author, a mentor. And she is also, fundamental belief lies in the notion that one's circumstances don't define them. Rather, it's their decision that shapes their destiny. And I know all of us on this platform, we have talked a bit about that. And she's just all about mentoring and providing leadership for women. So thank you, ma'am, for continually providing leadership for women in your circle and around the world. God bless you for all that you're doing. I think this should be the last. No, not the last. Our fitness expert, Dr. Jennifer McNeil. Yes, you deserve it, for being a great inspiration to women. During the boot camp, you came with the stretches. I know some women are Nigerian women, African women. Hey, when you said do like this, even the women that are not up to 50, they are doing, let's say, oh God, my hand, hey, my leg. They were tired trying to raise their arm and their feet. But at 70, you're doing it effortlessly. We want to say thank you, ma'am. You're a bunch of inspiration. Thank you for inspiring women, not just only women, actually, women and men, that they need to take care of their health by doing just little. I remember when you said, even if it's just 10-minute walk, just do something.
Thanks.
And yes, I've been doing that. I've been trying to do that, honestly. I must be sincere. I've been trying to do that. So I do that, you know. Thank you so much for being an inspiration and for leading us in this area of fitness. We need more of this because, you know, as we age, so many of us believe that, please let us stay one place. We are tired. That's when we are supposed to do more work for us to keep being active. So thank you, ma'am. She's receiving this award for the second time under the Fitness Leadership Category Award. Thank you so much, ma'am. And we pray that God is going to bless and increase you and give you the strength.
Thank you.
90, yes. Till 90, please keep doing it because we need more of that inspiration.
I look forward to coming walking with you in Nigeria.
Yes, I can't wait. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I think, still have 2 more. Okay, the next person here, she's also not here. She's on a trip. Is our beautiful publisher, beautiful sister. She's 30 or 35, 30, over 30 times best-selling author. She is worthy to receive this award for the second time under the media category, subcategory, book writing and publishing leadership award. And this goes to Allison G. Daniels. Allison Daniels. Thank you so very much. She has inspired, in fact, she has encouraged a lot of women to become authors. She has helped a lot of women to become authors, and she's doing so much. If you work with her, you understand that she's a great leader in this industry. And we are so glad and we are so proud to know you, to have you, and to see the great works that you're doing in the lives of people. Thank you so much, man, and God bless. So the last, but not the least, for this year is our dear sister, mother, and friend, Marie Conte. She is worthy to receive this award for the second time. Sorry, I'm trying to get her word out. Oh God. Okay. Woo, hoo, 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 hoo. This is for you, man. Let the drum roll. Okay, Marie Conte, under the Healthcare Leadership Award category. She has been doing so much in this industry, providing care for people, taking care of them, providing self-care. And we say, may God continue to increase you, strengthen you, bless you, give you more wisdom to continue to do more. You're a great leader. And I know, like we said, sometimes you may not know who is watching or having you as their role model, like Jacqueline has shared today. So let's keep doing what we're doing, what God has called us to do. And God that has called us, we're going to strengthen us and give us all the enabling grace for us to keep running the race. Thank you so much to everyone. Say, may God bless you. May God continue to keep you and prosper you in all works. And so for this year, that's all the awardees that we have for this year. And we want to believe that next year, that's my prayer, that the next award, we'll have it physically so that we can actually see ourselves, we can hug ourselves, can take pictures together, we can, you know, appreciate ourselves more. I want to say thank you to everyone, and may God bless you for all that you're doing in this world And then again, sometimes you may not get the appreciation that you are looking for, but just know that the work that you're doing is unto God and not to man. And God that you're doing it for, he will continue to bless and reward you in everything. So before we call it a day, we're actually behind time. We're supposed to have finished before now, but we just love the fact that we'll be able to share. If there's anybody that have, in fact, less than 1 minute old, if you take more than 1 minute, less than 1 minute, if you have something to say, just quickly share it, and then we play our song again and we call it a day. Thank you so much.
And may I add, when you're ready to speak, just raise your hand so I know you want to go, so I can spotlight you in with Madam Shirley. Madam Shirley, we did have a question while you were speaking. We didn't want to interrupt you. Madam Jeter asked what was the cost for shipping and stated that she would be happy to help offset that cost, because of course we know that it does cost to ship these things. So could you share that? You can share it in the chat or you can share it aloud.
Okay. I'll share it in the chat to her. Thank you, Madam.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. Fantastic. Madam Shirley, I want to say thank you for honoring me and recognizing the great work that I'm doing all around the world along with the other ladies. And I would like to invite all the ladies, please, let's open your mic, because it's without question that Madam Shirley could have done anything, could have honored anybody that she wanted, but she has a bird's eye view on each of you, and she deserves to be celebrated too. Madam Shirley, we thank you. Come on, put your hands together. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Yay, yay, yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Shirley. That's all I wanted to say. Next person, please.
I want to say to Madam Shirley, thank you so much for allowing me to be able to receive this award. And I don't take it lightly, because I know a lot of times people have done things and it's just looked over and they're not acknowledged. So I just want to say thank you to you, and thank you for all of the ladies that I walk beside in this great leadership role. And I also want to invite the ladies here to email me at womenrockinglife@gmail.com for my relaunch of Porch Talk Live in January. I would appreciate it so much if you could come and be my guest or be one of my dynamic speakers. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ma'am. And we appreciate you too. So please, yeah.
I could say that I'm at a loss of words, but I'm not. What I'm going to say is that I stumbled onto this group of phenomenal women via Lotus, or Dr. Lotus Richer to many of you, because we go back a long way. And she had me on a podcast. And from that, it just like everything just exploded for me. Please understand that this is like the third chapter of my life. I was a soldier for 25 years, then an administrator in an academic environment at a university for another 15 years. And then I taught for 10 years, which was a passion of mine. And then when I retired, it's like, well, what you gonna do? And I'm a believer that you don't forget the skills and the experiences that you developed over the years. You just find another way to funnel them to do what you enjoy doing. And I love teaching. And for a long time, I thought teaching in a structured environment was my calling. But I realized that once I retired, I didn't want to do that anymore. And so I found a new purpose, and it's still teaching. You know, that love is still there, but it's in a different environment. And someone, Shirley, Lotus, and others, took that love and that passion that is very observable, and they helped me to evolve into the person that I am today. This virtual world all came from the pandemic, but you guys pulled me out. You know, they always say you never know how you touch people. You never really know until they tell you. So I'm telling you guys now, you've touched me. You've allowed me to expand my love and to do what I enjoy doing just for being Jennifer. And for that, Shirley, it is truly an honor. And these awards, I look at my desk because my leadership award is right around my Toastmaster awards. I hold it, it's very valuable to me. And when it's in my office, so when people come visit me, they're looking at my Love Me shelf. And they're looking at all these trophies and they say, my God, girl, did you get all these since you retired? Yeah. Yes. So family, understand that when you retire, when you hang up that hat and that coat, it doesn't stop unless you want it to stop. You can still be engaging. You can still enjoy life. You can still sustain the things that you enjoy doing. All you have to do is recognize the gifts. And you guys are gifts that have been given to me, no doubt in my mind, from God. There's a reason why you guys were placed in my life and that I'm here today. I didn't know what it was, but every day I see the benefits of me being who I am. And for that, I say thank you. And not just to you, Shirley, but to all of you ladies for lifting me up and bringing me into your world, into your circle of life. I said, bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And God's going to bless you. All right, who is next? 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 Yeah, come on, yeah, come on, come on. Yeah.
I'm talking with no words. Okay, so I just want to say very quickly, Lady Shirley, you know, God linked us from before the worlds were framed, and I'm just thankful that he decided to have our lives intersect divinely right now. I don't even remember how we came together. I don't. It's just like it happened, and we just feels like we've been together for a long time. Kind of the same thing with Dr. Lotus. It's just I don't know who introduced us or what platform, but it doesn't even matter all that. It's all orchestrated by God. And I'm just so thankful to be a part of this community with every woman here. I am very passionate about women and their voices, and I'm just thankful that we are using our voices to change the world and to break those barriers off of other women. And just how there's a song I was a Girl Scout, and it was called Pass It On, and the words kind of go, it only takes a spark to get a fire going, and soon all those around can warm up to its glowing. And he goes on to say that's how it is with God's love. Once you've experienced it, you spread his love to everyone you want to pass it on. And that's just how it is here in this community. With each one of you, it's a spark every time we come together. And another part of my life is ignited. And I'm just grateful to be in this space and to carry out that which God has already ordained for me to carry out, and how this has just been so confirmational to my life, and just how I'm just blessed. I'm just so blessed to be a part of with you all. And I'm just thankful. That's it.
Thank you. We are so blessed to be a part of your life as well. Thank you so much for all that you're doing. May God continue to bless and increase you. Thank you. All right, who is next? No, just come on, just come on, just come on.
Okay, I'm next. I can't remember really when and how we met. I think we met in one of the books with Sister Allison when you
Yes.
wrote it. And then also I contributed to your book, which was really amazing. And what I have noticed of this wonderful lady is that she's very simple, very down to earth, and a heart of gold. When you look at her, you might think, okay, just stay away a little bit, she might, she's a very firm, she's very strict, and she's shout a lot. But I tell you, she's got a very gentle heart, a real heart of gold overflowing with love to help and encourage everyone. I think out of all the friends I even have on Facebook, she's the only one who has a timeline open always to accept anyone who tags there. You can have your posts all on her face. This shows how generous, how open this woman is. She doesn't care if her things might, decrease or disappear in the feed, just like how Christ says that we must decrease so Christ may increase. And she really lives that she helps us to increase and decreases herself. So really love working with you, Sister Shirley. And I know you're always my go-to, no matter what, through thick and thin, good times and bad times, anytime you're there, you're truly a servant leader. My life is blessed ever since I met you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so very much, ma'am. And we just give God all the glory, and we thank God for the grace to connect. And God going to bless you too and increase you on all sides. All right, thank you. Who's next? Oh.
I am. Well, Madam Shirley, I just want to thank you so very much for this experience and this opportunity. You and I have shared, I guess, in the last year or two, magazines, podcast shows. We've been on the same collaborations, along with Dr. Soares and some others here. And I'm so grateful that God put it on your heart to do this for women, to keep us moving forward. Let us know that what we are doing and what we have done is not in vain, and others are watching. And we may not feel like we are worthy of this, but you know what? I thank God for you for seeing something in me that I did not always see in myself. So I thank you so very much. Thank you. Love you much.
Thank you too. Thank you too. And God bless you and give you the strength and the grace to continue to do more. The year 2024 is right ahead of us. There's so much lines that we need to cross. Pray for the grace to do more. Thank you, ma'am. All right, Christina, you're next. I have to go.
I'm going to be very, very quick. I just would love to say that I am very happy and grateful that I met you and I have you in my life. And this refers to Dr. Lotus as well, and to all the beautiful ladies here today. I just would love to say that you are a beautiful light in the world, that you are a God's gift to the humanity. And what I would love is to walk with you as long as we can, as far as we can, and to keep your light shine bright, because you are amazing, Miss Shirley. That's all I really wanted to share with you. You celebrate others all the time. You deserve to be celebrated, seen, heard, and I love you from the bottom of my heart. I just would love for you to know that.
Thank you. Love you too. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Woo! All right. Who's next? Yeah. Madam Marie.
Okay, Madam Shirley, I just want to say thank you once again for all that you do, and I appreciate you very, very much. And I always remember these words that you always tell me whenever we have a conversation. I keep saying, I don't want nobody to know my business. And you said, well, you just never know who wants to know your business in a good way. I am not saying that you mean it in a bad way, but do you also remember that you told me, you said, stars don't hide. So having looking through everything that's we discussed and where things are heading, I really appreciate the connection. I don't remember 100% how we connected, but I believe it's through social media. And we used to tell our kids, don't stay on social media for so long. Look what's happening now. We are connected. You're thousands of miles away. and things are happening behind social media. It depends how you use it. And this has been a blessing, meeting all these wonderful leaders, and just want to say thank you, and God continue to bless you and continue to shine like a diamond. God bless you.
Okay, every one of us, we have to
Yep.
start shining like a diamond, shine like a diamond, shine like a diamond. So every one of us, let's keep shining our light. The world wants to see more of that light. The world is filled with darkness, and God has made us the light to shine, to illuminate path of people around us. So we pray that God will bestow that grace on us for us to keep shining and being the salt of the earth. I love the circle of women all the time. And I told somebody, I say, you can't, I don't know how to do it, to sit down and not talk about growth. And with the women that I have around me and everybody that comes around me, that's the only conversation that you hear me talk about. How we can grow, how we can do more, how we can be better, what next, what's the next task, what can we do, how can we make a difference, how can we change? You know, like Christina said, don't be afraid to make a change or change the direction. You can't keep going on the same path like, like this, so you don't want to shift, don't want to bend, don't want, life itself won't allow you that, because there's a lot of coughs, in life. So you must be ready, to turn, to bend as it goes, in as much as you are not losing focus. I want to say thank you to everyone once again. Wherever I go, wherever I see women, I see greatness, I see blessings, I see the light of God, I see compassion, I see love. And that's why the mission that God has given to me has been to be around to help raise every woman to her true purpose. Let her be seen, let her be heard, let her begin to run in what God has given to her. And that's what God has given me, and I've been trying my best, to do that. And I want to thank you for agreeing to work with me, in whatever area that God has given to us to work together. And I want to say that as the year is coming to an end, of course, we are going into the new year. There's so much more that God has in store for us. Let's be open to embrace, and then let's prioritize collaborations and partnerships. It's a whole lot, it's a new ball game, it's a new currency that would help us, to bring about a tremendous triple effect, or ripple effect rather, that could help bring about the change that we all want to see. There's beauty, there's love, there's so much honor when we collaborate. So whatever it is, reach out to each other and see what you can do with each other. And as leaders, let's grow with wisdom and integrity. Whatever you're doing, let integrity have that, let it be the one to drive you, so that you don't go out and mess up. So people can always look at you and say, yes, I know this person, I trust her, I believe in her. Like the lady I shipped magazines for this last time. If not for the fact that I've shipped magazines to her, I can't count how many times, and it doesn't delay. If had it been this was the first time now, or she would have felt like, Shirley, what's going on? Did something not happen? She trusts that I won't do anything with her money or whatever, because I've done it again and again. So she just believes, and truly that is what happened. So let's place integrity and honesty in front of us in everything that we do. It's even for your own good, for our own good. And I know every one of you, you have that. So I'm happy, to know you and to have you around me. So I want to close this ceremony with the song that we played the other time. Her name is Mercy Chinwo. You can check her out. She's a Nigerian, young, vibrant gospel artist that God is using, you know, to bless lives. So I want to say thank you. The Christmas rice. No, I don't want rice. I'm going to have a lot of rice. I need chicken and turkey. So please look for a way to send mine across before you eat your own. You know, when they talk about tithes, when you want to give God tithes, you take God's own out first. So let me be like the what's the name now? Give me a name. Give me a name. The queen.
The queen.
So you send my turkey and my chicken across so that, you know, I'll be eating it while you're holding the award. I'll be eating it at Christmas. So thank you so much. Thank you so very much. And I wish you a wonderful Christmas celebration and a prosperous New Year. There's so much that we have for New Year. Please, let's be ready, you know, to jump in and to bless lives. Thank you so much. I close with this. Let me go back to the song. Where is it?
Madam Shirley, while you're finding that song, I just want, I'll remove you from the spotlight for a moment. Ladies, please double check your message in the chat. Please double check your message in the chat and send your information along, your contact information. Also, if you have not shared your business information, your website, your email, your phone number, please put that in the chat so that we have it. It's important that we can connect with you when we need to connect with you, because you never know. We know so many people around the world. Somebody might say, well, I need a pastor to come and preach or pray or whatever, and we don't have your phone number. We can't contact you. Or even if you think we have your phone number, who knows? I know my phone did an update and I have a bunch of numbers and no names. So make sure to stay connected with us. Also, let us know if you want to be a part of some of our resource guides, because many of you have companies that are great resources to people. So please make sure you put that in there. And click on those buttons and save the chat so you will have everybody's information. We thank you. Madam Shirley, back to you.
Please, let's take a picture. I don't know if you did that. Let's take everybody, come on your camera, put on your camera. Let's take a group picture. I think we should do a full screen. How do we do it? No. How do we do a full screen? No, I think this way. Okay. All right.
Gallery. Okay, there we go.
Where's Jacqueline? Say cheese. I'm not seeing your Tito. Say cheese. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right. Okay, so I'll go to the music now. So enjoy. Have a
Your grace is all I see. Your mercies are ever new. Daily, oh, daily, oh, daily. You turn my life around. Give me a brand new song. You did do all that. Your grace is all I see.
GNT Nation.
That was great. That was great. That was great. Thank you, everybody. God is doing
That was good
wonders
exercise.
in our lives. Thank God for his grace and his mercies.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank
All
you.
right, everybody.
God bless you all.
By next week, as I send the
Everyone.
the ship.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all.
So you can track it
uh,
before Friday. You will have it in your home. So, thank you.
Did you tell me how much it costs?
Okay. It's $150 for these weights. You know, all the
You're sending out how many things for 100? That's a lot. Okay, yeah. Not
Okay,
a lot for me. That's a lot for you to incur. So I have no problem. Okay, I got you.
I did not hear
You shouldn't
that.
be eating the cost of that, but that's not the whole story.
I should be doing what? I didn't get
You shouldn't be eating the cost of that because that's you're not shipping it down the street, you're shipping it to America. So I have no problem offsetting the cost of that.
So I'm shipping it to everybody. About how many of us? So that's what we're trying to do, to give back, to tell you that we love you, we appreciate you for all that you're doing. So, thank you. Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Bless you all. Have a
Shirley,
great
stay
day.
on.
Okay.
Stay on when everybody leaves.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
What if everybody doesn't leave and they stay? Bye. See you later.
Bye.
Wow.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you, sis.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to wake you that early. I know there's a time difference now with you.
It's okay. It's okay. I was telling Jeter to stick around because I feel the same way. That's a lot for you to incur. And you need help.